Okay, y'all, Prince on the Rise is back. And today I want to talk about what led up to me getting stabbed. In 2013, I was in Leavenworth Federal Penitentiary. And during this time, I'm dealing with losing my son, losing my mother, losing my brother. I look up, one of my first cousins was found in the streets dead that had been tortured to death. And so I'm really hurting at this time dealing with all this. And so I had used boxing in the many different classes I was attending to help me deal with this pain. I was really hurting a lot. And my homeboys, they knew I was hurting. All of them knew what I was going through. And yet they didn't care about what I was going through and how I had fixed a way for me to deal with it by training guys from different corps. As I was saying earlier about when you're in the federal system, you from St. Louis, you're in the St. Louis Corps, you're in the Kansas City Corps, you're in the Mexican Corps, you're in a white Corps, whatever nationality you are in or whatever gang you in, these are the different things, sets of corps that you're a part of. And you have to stick with your own kind, your own people. And so, but I had took it, I wasn't looking at I'm training guys to help them beat up St. Louis guys. And this what they had, and this was the approach I had received from my homeboys. Like, man, you teaching all these dudes, you know what I'm saying, how to box and all that stuff, man. What if we get into it with they people? Now, y'all need to come up here and learn how to box too then. So y'all can know how to deal with them. That was my mindset because I'm not looking at these guys, training these guys to help them jump on St. Louis. I'm thinking I'm helping young men learn how to defend themselves and how to go home and teach their sons and daughters how to defend themselves. That was my whole mindset. My mindset wasn't I'm helping somebody learn how to fight so they can fight St. Louis and beat us up. So I'm like, if you guys feel this way, y'all need to come up here with me then. The reason why all these guys is up here because I got room for them because none of you guys is coming up here. I wouldn't be able to train all these different guys from different cities if you guys was coming up here. So that was my thing, and it became like a big argument, a big fight between me and them now. It's like me and my homeboys, guys who I love. I mean, I love my homeboys, I love St. Louis and everybody that know it. I'm so St. Louis, but at this time, I'm not thinking about being so St. Louis. I'm thinking about helping young men to defend themselves and how to deal with this inner pain I'm going through. It was really working for me. It really was. This is one of the best things I sought out to do to help me deal with my loneliness, being in there, all this pain, no one to call and talk to on the outside. These guys became my outside. They became my friends. They would share their meal with me. I loved doing it. It became a big thing for me. But my homeboys, they couldn't receive that. I also know it was a lot of jealousy involved because a lot of them didn't know how to put their deuce up. It was embarrassed to come up there and learn how to do it. Their pride was in the way. That's why they didn't come, And they didn't want me to be like, I'm their shot caller, I'm their leader. You know what I mean? They didn't want me to have that title on them and stuff, The big homie taught them how to box. I stood up. I'm Stanley. I'm Stanley Prince. You know what I mean? That's me. I've always been like that. If I believe in doing something, I'm going to do it. And I believed in doing what I was doing. And I didn't see nothing wrong in it. I knew I was going against the prison rules of teaching how to box and fight because that was against the rules. But I know a lot of staff members knew, and they liked it on the fact I kept a lot of guys out of trouble. It also helped me keep a lot of young guys out of trouble. They look forward to getting up, coming up there in the room, learning how to box, to hit these pads. It's fun. It still is fun today. Most people that get involved in it, they love it. But anyway, they kept telling me, because I'm a Christian also at the time, and so now that I don't want to stop training guys from Kansas City or letting the Mexicans come up there or the white guys come up there and get lessons, I can no longer sit at the St. Louis table. Now, that was the line they crossed. I didn't cross that line. You telling me now I can't sit over here with my homeboys? Like, now I'm like an outcast. I'm no longer from St. Louis, so I had to go sit with the Christians now. I can't sit here. Who in the hell say where I can sit? You know, I want to know which one of the guys decided to come up with that in St. Louis to vote me out of sitting with St. Louis. This is my hometown. These are my people. You know, what have I done to where now I can't sit with y'all? And so I wanted to know who done it. And I was going around asking. And I showed my attitude about it, you know, because somebody got the answer to that. You know, and at the time, yes, I'm serving God in prison. I'm going to church. I'm reading my Bible. I'm fellowshipping. A lot of my Christian brothers told me I remind them of Moses. Because, you know, Moses had a temper. And so my temper started showing up because now I want to know who telling me where I can sit at. Who started this? And nobody would talk. So I started going around and I just started throwing in the windows. Whoever said he to come see me. Whoever decided this, come holler at me. I'm gonna find out who it was, and I want you to holler at me. You got to see me. You know, that's how I was feeling. I was angry. I was upset about it. It led to one of my homeboys that, I mean, I love the guy. I really thought he was my brother. This is one of the guys that I always had a lot of respect for. We go back to state prisons together. You know what I mean? It's like, I mean, man, man, you know what I'm saying? And so when he found out I knew it was him, he went and armed himself with a knife because he knew I was coming to see him. That's how I rolled. And I went to see him. And when he upped the knife, I didn't even see the knife. I seen this my homeboy finna try to take me out. I don't share everything with him about all my pain. We don't sit in the library, in my cell. You know, we don't walk the track. I don't talk to him about everything that's going on with me. And now you want to hurt me? You want to hurt me more because I'm teaching guys how to box? And it still bothers me today because I'm totally innocent in what I'm doing. My main objective was not to teach guys how to fight to override St. Louis. These was young men, black, white, Mexicans, that took to me, respected me, liked me, wanted to be in my company, wanted to learn what I knew. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, man, I'm having the chance to teach young men, you know, how to defend themselves, and you guys mad at me. And you, brother, I mean, out of all people, I never thought that he was the one behind it. I just couldn't see it. I couldn't see him being the one. And that hurted me. So when he upped the knife, I didn't even see it. I just saw him. And people said that I had lost my mind. I'm crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't see the knife. You know, I seen it, but I didn't see it. You know what I'm talking about? Like, man, they ain't even what's hurting me. They can't even hurt me. They can't hurt me the way you hurt me. You know, just up and just showing like you finna hurt me. You know, and I love him. I'm sitting there saying this to him, saying, man, I love you, man. I'm saying, man, you my brother. I'm saying, you want to hurt me about this, man? You know what I mean? It was like, and I was highly upset. I didn't care at that time if he killed me or not. You know, and so when he launched for me with the knife, I just stood there because I'm like, if it's time for me to go, I'm going for this. I'm going. That's how I felt. That's me. Always have been me. And he know it. He know me better than anybody in that whole prison. He done time with me. He know how I am. You know, at that time, I did not care. I was caring about my relationship with him. Like, man, you finna take me out about that, man. And then they try to add on other stuff. You know, I was going around calling the homeboys hot and stuff. Man, I had respect for all those brothers. I never seen no paperwork on nobody being no snitch and hot. And matter of fact, let me say this. At this time of my life, I wasn't even caring who's hot or not. I'm done with all that stuff. I'm done with drugs. I'm done with everything. All that negativity that I once was a part of, I was done with it. You know, I'm a child of God now. I had gave my life to Christ, you know, and so I wasn't with none of that stuff. I was with serving God, being kind to people, doing my time, going home because I never ever wanted to come back to prison again. So I was building myself up to come home and live this life and to be free. And to never ever be locked up again. And I still mean it today. I mean that. That can never ever happen to Stanley Prince again. And I hope it don't happen to you. That's a miserable way to live. I'm not living like that again for nobody. And it's not because what happened to me, I feel this way, because I'm a human being. I'm a good person. I shouldn't be caged up like some animal. I've never taken a life. I don't molest kids. I don't beat women. I don't take advantage of old people. I made a mistake because I didn't have no rational thinking skills. Let me say this, man, I was totally illiterate. I couldn't read or write. So all I knew was the streets, my environment. So I made those stupid decisions that led me to prison. But I can't ever go back. And I thank God for building me up the way he did. I thank God for my family for not being there for me. It taught me how to suffer. So that's how I know how to suffer out here. That can't happen to me ever again. But that bothers me because I love this guy. He was a real good friend of mine. He was like my brother for real. It's like, and when he came to the institution, I was so happy when he got rolled to Leavenworth to have him there with me because now I have somebody here with me that knows me. You know, listen, everyone, we all have bad days, but today I want you to know something. There are so many men in prison today that would never ever again have a chance to have a bad day out here. So understand this. Your worst day out here in these streets, out here in this freedom with your family, is the best day of your life. That's the very best day of your life. Be grateful that you can be out here to have a bad day because so many men and women is never ever going to have that chance again to have a bad day out here in this free world. So with that, I say, man, God loves you. I love you. Tune in. If you have anything you want to ask me, any topic, any subject matter, anything you want to talk about, feel free to tap into Prince on the Rise and let me know. We can talk about it. And one thing I won't do, I won't lie to you. I'm going to always keep it 100 with you because it's not about me. It's about God. It's about the glory of God, the things that he done for me. I love you. God bless. Stay strong, everybody.